You are listening to A Path to New You, a podcast about mental health and veterans issues. I'm your host, Tim. I'm located in Madison, Wisconsin. I am a therapist. I run my own private practice called New Beginnings Counseling, LLC, which is located in Madison, Wisconsin. I am a veteran. I am a U.S. Navy veteran. I was in the Navy for about 8 years. I did 4 years active and about 4 years reserve. This podcast, like I mentioned, is about mental health and veterans issues. I want to educate those who do not know much about the military and those who do not know much about mental health. Mental health could be anything from self-care to talking about diagnosing, talking about different anxiety disorders, and any side of disorders. I just want to reach out to people and provide information and educate those who do not know much about either the military or mental health. So I'm hoping when you listen to my podcast, you'll learn a little something about either the mental health or military. I usually try to do a podcast, an episode once a week. I haven't done one in over a month. I've been extremely busy with school. I actually went back to school, trying to finish up my doctorate degree. I am working on the doctoral project, which is the PsyD's version of the dissertation. There's the PhD and PsyD. I'm working on my PsyD, which is more clinical than PhD, whereas PhD is more research-based. So that's been taking up a lot of my time. I'm already in the 4th week of class. And I think I average between 2 to 3 hours a day on that doctoral project. I do that about 5 days a week. So you're looking at about 20 hours a week just working on schoolwork. So I'm hoping to do more episodes here in the near future, just once a week. Have a short episode, 20 minutes, just to talk about mental health or veterans issues. Today, as you all know, is the 4th of July. So I want to do a special podcast, special episode about the history of the 4th of July, Independence Day, and talk a little bit about our veterans and military who may be struggling today due to the fact of fireworks. I'll talk more about how that is later on this episode. The first part of this episode, I want to talk about the history of Independence Day. Just talk a little bit about history. Some of you may already know this. If not, hope you learned something today. So again, 4th of July, which is today, also known as Independence Day, has been a federal holiday in the United States since 1941. But the tradition of Independence Day celebrations go back to the 18th century and the American Revolution. On July 2nd, 1776, the Continental Congress voted in favor of independence, and 2 days later, delegates from the 13 colonies adopted the Declaration of Independence, a historic document drafted by Thomas Jefferson. From 1776 to the present day, July 4th has been celebrated as the birth of American independence, with festivities going on, ranging from fireworks to parades to family barbecues and so much more. And as like I mentioned, today is the 4th, and it's a Tuesday. So every year could be a different day, but it's always July 4th is always Independence Day. When the initial battles in the Revolutionary War broke out in April of 1775, few colonists desired complete independence from Great Britain. So I guess there were some who wanted independence. Others were like, you know what, I don't need this. They don't like the drama or anything like that. And those who did want the independence from Great Britain were considered radical. By the middle of the following year, 1776, however, many more colonists had come to favor independence, thanks to growing hostility against Britain and the spread of revolutionary sentiments, such as those expressed in the best-selling pamphlet Common Sense, which was published by Thomas Paine, Pine, in early 1776. So that's a little brief history about Independence Day. So, of course, 4th of July, there's festivals going on, barbecues, and, of course, at night, fireworks. I know many have been shooting off fireworks a couple days before today. I've heard them throughout my neighborhood. But the first fireworks were used as early as 200 BC. The tradition of setting off fireworks on the 4th of July began in Philadelphia on July 4th, 1777, during the first organized celebration of Independence Day. Ship's cannon fired a 13-gun salute in honor of the 13 colonies. The tradition of patriotic celebration became even more widespread after the War of 1812, in which the United States again faced Britain. In 1870, the U.S. Congress made 4th of July 4th, a federal holiday in 1941. Their provision was expanded to grant a paid holiday to all federal employees. So yeah, this is a little bit of history about Independence Day. So the next thing I want to talk to you about, as I mentioned earlier, is about veterans and military during July 4th. I'll talk more about that when I come back. So the second part of this episode of my podcast, A Path to New You, I'll talk a little bit about PTSD in the military. We all know today's the 4th of July again, and celebrations are all around, fireworks, loud noises, and stuff like that. So we all know fireworks are used to celebrate many events, from holidays to music, concerts, and sports. Even though fireworks are meant to entertain us, it is not common for the sounds, intense light, or smell to cause distress. Those who have gone through a trauma that include explosions, gunfire, loud noises, such as war, just the hearing of the bang could trigger someone, especially someone who's in the military. Loud noises or fire may be more likely to find fireworks to be a reminder, a trigger or cue of such past events. Whether or not the fireworks were expected, even though you are in a safe setting. So even when a veteran or someone who has PTSD knows that something's going to come, like, okay, it's the 4th of July, they know, like right now, they know, at night it's going to be fireworks. There's going to be fireworks all over the place. But even knowing that the fireworks are going to happen, it could still startle them. So what happens is they get a strong reaction to the sound of fireworks. Strong reactions to flashing lights, common with fireworks. Feeling on edge or jittery. Feeling jumpy or easily startled by loud noises. Flashbacks, or feeling as if the traumatic event is happening again. So that's what a flashback is. Feeling numb or emotionally distant during celebrations. Feeling as if they can't control the situation, as if they are blindsided. Using alcohol or drugs to push away unwanted thoughts. So again, even though they know, that person knows that fireworks are going to happen, they can still get easily startled, and they'll still have the flashbacks. And it's still a trigger for them, even though they know it's going to happen. So here are some ways where they can manage, or you, if you have PTSD, could manage during the time of the fireworks. You may be able to avoid the events, depending, like just go somewhere where there's no fireworks. That's a short-term fix. That could possibly worsen the problem over time if you just keep avoiding it. Knowing ahead of time that these dates are coming up, you may dread them. Try to remind yourself that you are actually in the present. You are not at war. That can be very difficult. Talk to your therapist about it too ahead of time, and maybe you guys come up with an idea or coping skills or something to come up, so so you wouldn't have such a difficult time. Um, Again, you can always focus on military-related holidays such as July 4th. Fourth of July is a military-related holiday with the independence, and it is meant. It's a reason why we're celebrating. Just think about that. Read up about an event. If you know someone who's hosting a party and is going to have fireworks, talk to them. Let them know, hey, I'm your neighbor. This is the situation. Maybe they'll understand. Talk to someone like a friend about your concerns. Maybe invite them along. They can be very supportive. Prior to the event, work on self care, good sleep, breathing techniques definitely help. Journaling, mindfulness, staying in the moment, limit the alcohol. Choose activities that are healthy and safe for you. Consider bringing earplugs or headphones, just even earplugs and headphones. Also, there are some apps you can download too. I know the VA has a free mobile app called the PTSD Coach. Will help you throughout that time. In the moment when there are fireworks going on, focus on skills and techniques to ground you in the present moment. For example, deep breathing, doing like 4 counts of inhale, 4 count hold, 4 counts exhale, 4 counts hold, and repeat. That'll definitely help you. Be mindful, notice that you feel without judging or reacting. Like, just be mindful, be in the moment. Also remind yourself that this is temporary. It's not going to last forever. For friends and family members who know someone who has PTSD, who's been through a lot of traumatic events, who's been overseas at war, ask them if they're okay or what you can do to help them out. Offer words of support, like you are safe, I am here with you. Help the person remember the present environment. Like it's a party, remind them it's a party, it's a concert, this is a family barbecue, it is the 4th of July. Just remind them. When hosting, just consider the meaning and the value of using fireworks versus other alternatives like sparklers or light shows. A lot of cities and towns are doing they're not doing fireworks, they're doing drone shows, which are pretty cool too. I've seen drone shows. They're really cool and they're not loud, and they go with music and whatnot too. So I know a lot of places are doing that instead of fireworks now. So that's just some of the information, um, helpful information that you could use either if you have PTSD or if you're a family member. Just know that there are people out there, even your neighbors, who've been overseas, who have PTSD due to being in a war, and knowing when you shoot off those fireworks, that could cause a flashback. And just be courteous, kind. Let them know ahead of time, like, hey, I'm going to be using fireworks. Is there anything I can do to help you? To be supportive. Even, I guess you could invite them and just to the party and just be there for them when the fireworks going off. Also, there's a lot of drinking going on today too. It's the holiday barbecues and stuff. I just want to just drink responsibly. If you're gonna drink a lot, take a Lyft or a cab or a Uber. to and from that location. Be careful, be kind to others, and I know here in Wisconsin it's extremely dry, so fireworks do cause sparks, which could cause sparks do cause fire, especially when it's this dry. So be careful out there. Have fun, be careful. Just don't do anything that would actually get you in trouble. Just be kind. And be kind to others, your neighbors, and all that. Anyway, I think that's all I got for today's episode. It's a pretty short one. And again, I'll try to do more episodes. Try to do one every week. But like I said, lately I've been extremely busy with school and all that. Anyway, you are listening to A Path to a New You. You can find this podcast on Spotify at the moment. I will eventually going to post it on other platforms like Apple Music or Apple Podcast, and all the other ones. It's just I gotta find out how to do it, and once I do it, it'll be on other platforms. You can also like my Facebook page, A Path to New You, and follow, and I do post stuff on there on occasion. If you have questions, please comment or send me a message. If you know someone who would like to be a guest on my show, on my podcast, please let me know. If there's anyone who's interested, who's a veteran, who want to talk about their time in the military, or you know someone who's a psychologist or specializes in something, and you know what, I think this person would be a great guest. Reach out to them, and then they can reach out to me via my what's my pot via my Facebook page, or you can call or text the number 608-571-3896. If you are looking for a therapist, I am currently virtual at the moment, and I will go 50-50 probably sometime in August. But if you're looking for support or a therapist, you can reach out to me at 608-571-3896. And I am private pay. I'm extremely affordable. I'll definitely work with you. So if you're looking for a therapist, reach out to me. I do have openings available. Again, my number is 608-571-3896. Anyway, have a good rest of the day. Be careful out there if you're drinking. Be kind to others. If you know there's a neighbor who's a veteran, who is overseas, just reach out to them, see how they're doing, and just give them a heads up what's going on. I hope everyone has a good rest of the day. If it's hot outside, stay cool. I know here it's like 90 something. Drink a lot of water. Make sure you hydrate. And if you drink responsibly. Have a good rest of the day.